Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 9 of Occultic Nine. Wow, that's weird, right? Episode 9 of Occultic Nine. That's weird to say, I just realized that. Anyways, great episode. One issue I had with it, and I'll go right away and say it. The only issue I had with this episode was how much they were talking. Oh my god, people. How fast they were talking. And how many people at one time were talking. Slow the damn pace of the show down a little bit, people. It's getting better, but the thing is that it's hard to follow when I have to read a mile a minute, and I read fast as it is already, and I'm struggling to do it. Anyways, so it starts off where we get a text message from the girl Miyu, and they're trying to figure out, okay, let's go down to see where she's at, because apparently she is near this old World War II site for like a bomb that they put down to like kind of be a memorial site. And Gamo is the only one that doesn't go with the group. Everyone else leaves, but Gamo does not. So the psychic girl, I forgot her name off the top of my head, and I do apologize for that. She goes and finds the bomb thing, and then actually ends up having this giant passageway open up in front of her. So there was like a secret underground bomb shelter within the confines of this thing. And though she's kind of hesitant on going there, she thinks about her friend, and she goes, you know what, my friend needs me. I can't leave my friend to be by herself. And the thing is, I think most likely this guy, or the person that I kind of spoiled it, but sent the message to her as well to kind of make her go there herself also. Now, when she goes down this, I love the sequence because it was really creepy how good and well paced this part was. It's like, you saw it in first person for a little bit in this dark and like weird tunnel. You saw like little drops of things. It was really nice. Audio wise, it was perfect. I loved the little horror elements of this thing. It was really well done. Probably one of the best parts of this episode, to be honest with you. But we're getting on to the creepy part when she runs into the little like albino kid that is going around here, who has a whole bunch of those boxes with dead people inside of them. And he claims that apparently he tried to kill the one girl because apparently she's already dead, and apparently you can kill them, I guess, as ghosts. I'm not 100% sure of that. Maybe she could see her as a ghost. I'm not really too keen on that. But the thing was is that apparently there are two things: visible ghosts and invisible ghosts. And he feels the rare ones, the one he wants, is the girl that's in front of him now, because she is a visible ghost. So that's very important. I think they mentioned that several times in the episode, and they're going back to that. Then we have Gamo, who is still struggling with depression. He's like, I'm dead. I don't want to do this. I'm scared. I'm just gonna stay here. And Super C coming in and going, you know what? The world will end if you don't follow us. And I'm like, what? What was that, Super C? You said stupid crap this whole show, and now you're saying something serious? What is your point? What is your real role, Super C? And I'm going to get into something that we find out about her in a little bit, too. I'm very interested to tell you guys about that if you didn't notice it. But I noticed it immediately, and I was very surprised by it. Anyways, so then we also have one of the members being apparently who is the Emperor. He's the leader of the organization we've been seeing that's been causing all this stuff with the people coming back as, quote-unquote ghosts and stuff like that. He says this, his time on Earth is very short. Apparently, he's very sick, and as we see a really quick, brief image of him, they do it really fast. You see his face like kind of all messed up, and I apologize for myself from going off. You see his face all messed up and stuff like that. Apparently, he is dying, and he goes, I don't want you guys to fail. You will not fail. Failure will not be tolerated. Boot up the new world system. So that must mean that their final plans to do the thing that they were planning on doing is underway, and I'm very curious what that actually means. Note to self, by the way, if you're a viewer, mute your phone, because not doing that is a stupid idea. Anyways, that's my Twitter for notifications. I had like 5 messages to spam me all of a sudden. Anyways, so what we have here was Asuna comes in to save the day when the albino dude starts attacking the psychic girl. And what's interesting though is that she can't see the psychic girl, Asuna, but she was able to see Gamon and see other people, but she can't see her, and that's very curious. Like, that's what goes back to the albino saying, invisible people. That's very interesting. The albino guy is, right away attacking, but of course, as he's attacking, the other girl, the psychic girl actually interferes and attacks him, pushes him down to help out Asuna. And what's funny is like she can't see, but she knows that someone's there at least. And when she runs up after they arrest, because her detective friends show up and they arrest the dude, Super C jumps on the one girl, and that's very interesting because she can't see it. I thought that was kind of clever. I'm wondering about this. But oh, speaking of the invisible stuff, and that's why I have this image. I had to think for a second. Why was this image up there important? So apparently, the what's his name? Sarai's father was researching scandium, which is a rare earth element, as he says on screen right there. And apparently, this element, if you put on your body prior to certain things happening to you, it would have your abilities, like inner abilities, to kind of be projected. So essentially, think of astral projection in the sense of shooting at your spirit, shooting it out from inside of you. Most likely, that means that they're somehow related to that. So maybe the visible ghosts and the visible ones are using scandium without realizing it. So that might be a very important thing to learn about later on. Very curious where that's going to go. Detective guy runs into the other ghost who's quote unquote the devil, and I love how he's like talking to him, and the ghost guy turns around and he goes, "Damn, you seem to know a lot as a novice, even though you're a ghost." And he's like, "Yeah, no, I want to learn from you. I want to learn how to be a ghost, from the senpai ghost." I was like, "Senpai ghost? That sounds stupid." But anyways, senpai ghost. But also he says that one quick phrase. He goes, "Oh, I want to be able to turn back time," and I'm like, "What? What do you mean turn back time? What, detective? You're losing me a little bit." Now, Gamon's still going through his, usual really sad, depressing thing. Yuta over here is like, I'm by myself. Dad, why aren't you talking to me via the ghost radio? I thought when you became a ghost DJ, you could talk to me. And what's funny is then you all of a sudden hear what sounds like his father come through his radio. Now, also, by the way, remember Asuna is holding his actual radio. This Yuta over here is holding his spirit radio, essentially, because they have two versions of that radio. Like, even though he's holding onto one, the real version of it died with him. So, she's holding onto that one, and apparently that can detect certain things in itself. But anyways, I digress from that. Damn, why have I not shut my phone off? Anyways, see, that makes me lose my train of thought. But what's interesting is the final image of this, I didn't put it up, it's gonna be the thumbnail most likely for this episode. Is Super C comes in and goes, like, "Hey, you're still here, right?" And it's like, "Ooh, Super C. Huh. What's your actual role here?" So, this episode was actually very interesting. I'm very curious where we're going from here. It looks like all the stuff is finally cultivating to something that we can actually say is a true story finally. And I'm happy to see that because I want to see what this show has to offer. I feel like this show can still pull itself back out and save itself. And so far it's doing that in a very well-job manner. I think that a well-job manner, that's not even words. A well-mannered job there, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, it's early. Oh, it's not really early anymore. It's 12 o'clock, but for me, it's early, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I gotta go review Zeta. Maybe it's because I'm reviewing all these things like super fast. Like, I have to review every single thing. Damn. I'm gonna take a break from Zeta. Like, Zeta is gonna be probably later today. I'll tell you guys right now if you're watching this. It'll probably be out like in an hour or two because I'm gonna take a little quick break, get some food, kind of recharge myself. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed day, everyone. Bye bye.